Welcome to Watch Symposium. I'm Austin. All right, going on another watch hunt with a viewer. He wants a Datejust, a 36mm Datejust. So we're going to start out here in Shibuya, move on to Shinjuku, and then head to Nakano. Now he wants to spend 5,000 to 6,000 USD. That means we need a piece under 900,000 yen. And he hopes to get one with a Jubilee bracelet and the fluted bezel. Now, as far as the dial goes, he'd like one with a blue dial, no Roman, so probably a stick dial. But he's open to a white dial or a black dial. And of course, he wants the best condition possible. And if it comes full set, all the better. All right, let's see what we can find. All right, so here with Mo, and check out what he's wearing. He's wearing a Tudor, and what is that?
Black Bay 54.
And you've had that for how long?
Like half a year now?
Half a year, okay.
Yeah.
So how accurate is it? I'm curious. That's one of the things I always like to know about a watch.
I would say like it's plus 4 seconds today.
All right, not too bad. Not too bad.
Yeah.
And you're looking to get a Rolex. Now, will this be your first Rolex?
Yes.
All right, and you want a Datejust, yeah?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so here in Shibuya, we checked out these Datejusts, and of interest and within his price range was this model. This is a 16234, and the 4 at the end means the bezel is white gold, and that would be the fluted bezel, and that's what he was after. Now, this is a T serial from 1996, and the drawback of this, it's a tritium dial. So if he ever had it serviced at RSC and the tritium cracked on the hands, he'd have to get them replaced. It is a pretty decent piece, but you can see that nick on the right side of the case right there. The polishing was fair, nothing spectacular, but in regard to that nick on the side, that was pretty deep, so you'd probably never get that out. I mean, you could, but you'd have to take a lot of metal off to make that happen. It was just under his price range, but it was a no box, no papers piece, so we can do better. After checking out some other shops, we moved on to Shinjuku. We found this piece, which I think is a step up from that last piece. This has a Swiss-made dial with the Luminova, so it's going to be a little safer to service. Comes with a box, and the price is cheaper than that last piece. The drawback is the polishing is all right, but it's got some dings on the lugs you can see right there, and those will likely never come out. They're a little too deep. It had a no-holes case, so this would be a Y serial from late 2002. So this is another T serial like that first piece we saw. So it's a 1996 piece, but there's no tritium on the dial or hands. So I think it's probably a safer proposition, this watch, if you're going to get it serviced at RSC. You can see the polishing job is a little soft, no box, no papers, but the price is pretty good. Now, originally Mo didn't have that much interest in the Roman numerals, but he came around, he really started liking them, and he got this version with the smaller Roman numerals, and then this version with the larger Roman numerals. Different watch. This has a stick dial. This is an E serial from the early 90s. Now, it's got a Swiss-made dial, so this would be a replacement dial. Certainly not the dial the watch was born with. And it's got a great price. You can see the holes case, which is normal for those earlier Datejusts. And the polishing looks good if you don't know what you're looking for, but a lot of metal has been taken off. Those lugs are supposed to come down to a finer end. And again, a lot of metal has been taken off. A K serial from 2002, papers only, and it's got a no-holes case, and the lugs come down to a nice taper, but you can see the outside corners of the lugs are rounded, and they're not supposed to be. So there's that issue, the lack of the box and goodies, and the fact that it's a silver dial, which Mo wasn't too keen on. It does have a bit of an old man look, that silver dial. Here's an example with the bigger Romans. No box, no papers. Another example with the corners of the lugs rounded, especially on that right lug. The left one, not so bad, but we'll move on. Now, this was the piece that I liked. Beautiful blue dial, great price. No box, no papers, but the reason it's so competitively priced is there's no white gold in this watch. Caveat there. Now, instead of a 16234, which is what Mo was looking for, this is a 16220, and it's all about those last two digits. That second to last two means it's a steel piece, and that 0 means that it has the engine turned bezel, which is made of steel as opposed to the white gold fluted bezel. And the white gold fluted bezel adds about 1,000 USD to the price. So because of that bezel, Mo passed on it. Because of the tritium dial, that's probably why I would have passed on it. Here's the caveat. There is white gold in the watch. The hands and the indices are made of white gold. A very competitively priced piece here. I mean, no box, no papers, of course, with a price like that, but you got the fluted bezel. It's an older piece. I mean, technically, I guess it would be a tritium piece, but there's no tritium on the dial. It's from 1996. This is a T serial, and if you're just looking to get into a cheap Datejust, this would have been a great option. Besides the age of the watch and the lack of box and papers, this is a really nice piece. Now this was out of his price range. This is a 116234, and what I don't like about these is the fatter case. The 5 digits and the modern 126234 have the same case style, very refined, but the first generation of 6 digits had that fatter case, and I'm not a fan of it. We finished up checking out the shops in Shinjuku and made our way to Nakano. In the watch world of Tokyo, all roads lead to Nakano, it seems. Just into the first watch, you can see the prices and examples are better here in Nakano. I think it's just the concentration of watch shops make for competitive pricing. And this is a K serial from 2001, 2002. Just papers. It's got a nice polishing job. Not perfect, but very respectable. It's a silver dial, so Mo passed on it. A very promising P serial from the year 2000. Box, papers, and look at that polishing job. It's beautiful. And this is probably one of the stronger examples we've seen. Here's the problem. It didn't come with the bits and bobs in the box, including that green tag, which is irreplaceable. It's got the reference number on it. So it was an incomplete set. And this is the problem and the issue when you buy pre-owned watches. There's always something wrong. So polish-wise, I thought this was perfect, but it was incomplete. And so you got to ask yourself, do you want a complete set or do you want to go for the polishing? And oftentimes you can't get both. But he did find this identical A serial from 1999. So this was made about a year earlier than that P serial, and that accounts for the cheaper price. This was a true full box and papers piece with all the tags and all the manuals. Looking at the polishing, it looks really good. In fact, it may even have a slightly better polish than that previous P serial that we checked out. But we're splitting hairs here. We're splitting proteins. That's what we do here at Watch Symposium when it comes to polishing. But the point is they're on par. And so because of the price and the contents of the sale, that A serial is the superior piece. When it comes to the cheapest piece that we found, I think it would be this one. This is an E serial from 1990, and it's got some browning on the dial, and the polish is a bit soft. But if you wanted to get yourself into the cheapest 36mm Datejust, this would have been it. So in the end, it was the A serial that he went with, and I think he got a spectacular piece. Good polishing job, full box, full papers, and he stayed in his budget, more or less. All right, success. So 36mm Datejust, this is an A serial, probably from 1999. What do you think, man?
Yeah, very nice.
Uh-huh.
Really nice condition, I guess we got.
Perfect configuration for you, right? You wanted the Jubilee bracelet, the fluted bezel.
Yeah, very nice. Also, like with the white dial, I like a lot.
Yeah, here, let me
and
set that
it's
part.
with box and papers, nice conditions.
Congratulations, man, and well, wear it in good health.
Thank you very much.
There you go. He came to Japan. He left with a great souvenir, his very first Rolex watch, and he brought me some Toblerone from Europe, which my daughters and I thoroughly enjoyed. Thank you, Mo, and viewers, let Mo know what you think of his purchase. Thanks for watching. Take care. See you next time.